What is up, guys? Your DNZio here, and today we're back again. In this match, we're going to be playing some top lane Lance. And this match was actually from a few days ago, so I finished with the exams and everything a couple days ago, and I was kind of just chilling afterwards. So I got into this match, and I thought I'd record it, and if it was good, then I would just do a voiceover, because I was kind of just chilling that day. Just vibing, I guess. So, actually, the bot laner is DNZio. A couple of Vainglory streamers have been streaming on some new platform called like Mad Cat or something like that. So if y'all want to go and check that out, you can. But he's letting people stream snap him and stuff. He's just counting down the queues and we all queue at the same time. So I thought I'd give it a shot. I actually kind of wanted to go and lane against him, but turns out we were on his team. So actually, the reason why I picked Lance this match was because I didn't know who he was in the draft. So if he was the Kestrel, like, I wanted to pick a conservative pick. Because another thing about this whole community edition thing is, like, the playstyles are, like, they change from match to match. Like, I don't know how the jungler's going to play. Because, like, if I pick something like Reza in top lane, and then against the Kestrel who's already super strong early, and then if they have a jungler that just camps them, too, then I'm, like, screwed in lane. So I'm going to get behind in gold and I can't really do anything. So that's kind of why I picked something conservative, because I wanted to be better safe than sorry, honestly. But we're actually against this Kestrel, and I'm looking for an impel over here when he goes for this last hit, because with Kestrel, the thing is whenever they use their arrows, they're standing still in one place. Like, that's just such a good time. If you could perfectly time the impel, that's a perfect time to throw it, but it's really hard to time. And it's kind of risky too, like, we'll see in a second. I really should not be throwing impels this early, because actually, I wasn't sure who the Kestrel was or anything, because this whole community edition thing, there's no IGNs, but I'm pretty sure I kind of underestimated them. They're actually pretty good. Like, they were able to sidestep that impel. Like, normally, you should not be throwing that impel this early, because if you give the Kestrel an advantage early, you're kind of just going to get snowballed. So that was a mistake on my part, but I was kind of just doing whatever this day. So, like, I don't even know why I went for that. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. So yeah, he still has flask, so that's why I'm not, like, going for anything crazy. Yeah, I'll pop the flask here, and then over here, I decided it's better to just play it safe, so I just recall here. Because either way, like, I'm not even supposed to really beat a Kestrel right now. My main power spike is once I get my Storm Crown. Once I get my Storm Crown, I could trade with pretty much any bot laner. So that's really just what I'm trying to go for. No, I probably should have just focused on farm more instead of trading more and just took the damage. But I did not. I was kind of just doing whatever this day. That's weird, because in some matches, like, you go against bot laners that are, like, really bad, and you could just, like, really casually just play and, like, trade with them and get a kill super early. But other bot laners are pretty solid. You just don't really know what to expect. So, like, I pretty much learned over here that by now I figured out that the Kestrel is pretty good, so, like, I stopped doing dumb stuff like that, and I stopped going for impels on him. Now mostly I just focus on using my impels on the minion wave, because I'm looking to just clear and farm now and get to my power spike. So that was the main goal. Yeah, their Reza got super fed. Like, a fed Reza is really annoying to go against. But really, once you reach late game, Reza kind of falls off. So over here, my mid lane's rotating now. They have Kestrel has a cam inside this bush, but I can't really do anything about it. So, like, I hit that impel, and that was a great stun by Celeste. And we're just able to chain stuns, even though I kind of pushed the Kestrel out of the Lorelei stun. That part was kind of troll, but that was really good chain CC by our team. That was a really good rotation from our mid laner too. That's another thing about these matches, is in these stream snaps, the players in these matches are actually pretty decent. I had one other match, I think the day after this one, where I got into his match, but again, I was on his team, and I played like a top lane Grumshaw though, and I kind of just got, like, I'm not going to upload that because it's kind of just a steamroll. Like, I had like 20 kills on like a utility Grumshaw. It was not a fun match. And then mid lane just got snowballed too, so I'm not going to upload that one. So over here, I'm just going to go and shop now. Still not close to my Stormcrown. I'm still a couple hundred away. I'm almost level 6 now. That's another big thing. Once you reach level 6 and once you get your Stormcrown, that's when I'm going to start trying to push my advantage. Like, look at the scoreboard though. This res is kind of fed. And the thing about res is, once he gets fed, there's barely anything you could do in the mid game because he just starts like one bursting everyone. It's pretty crazy. Oh wait, since I got boots, actually, I'm still decently far from my Stormcrown. Really, it's fine. Mostly, I'm using my impulse to mostly clear the mini waves, but like, I'm kind of just throwing it out there. If Kestrel walks in the middle of it, then I'll be able to land that too, but mostly I'm just focusing on trying to get these last hits at this point. Like, if the impels land, that's just like a bonus onto Kestrel. It's not really what I'm looking for, mostly. Because it just really helps with my clear speed. That's the main reason why I'm trying to use it on these mini waves. And level 6 is also a pretty good time. If you want to rotate, you can on Lance too. So over here, I was just trying to shove this underneath turret. Maybe make Kestrel miss an extra minion or two. I doubt that the Kestrel missed it. Kestrel played pretty well. But yeah, their bot laner, or their jungler played like super on bot lane. It kind of just camped the Ringo, so if I wanted to go something more aggressive, like if I would have picked Reza myself, I could have, but I honestly didn't know that the jungler had just like camped bot lane, so yeah. But once I get this one wave, I actually am gonna have enough for my Stormcrown, and then I'm just gonna play around my ult and my Stormcrown proc. That's really the main goal. Yeah, I actually went for the infill there because, again, like, you gotta really focus on when the enemy's gonna go for the last hits. Like, I saw Kestrel was gonna try and go for that last hit. And whenever they use their arrows to clear it, it makes it really easy to land the impale. Like, look how much damage the Stormcrown proc does. That's really what I'm looking for now. I'm here, I just stopped the recall just to annoy him. Some people get really, really careless with where they recall. If you could just stop him, like, you can stall him for an extra, like, 15 seconds. And that's a long time, actually. Like, it's better to just walk back a couple more steps and then recall. But yeah, like, Kestrel wasted like 10 seconds just hanging around after. So now they're going to miss an extra minion or two because of that. Now I'm able to go inside their jungle. I think their weapon power buff was up here. So yeah, I'm looking at Kestrel. Kestrel's like sort of coming down, but they back off and go back to lane. Yeah, I just wait for Kestrel in here. Since I know Kestrel's about to come for this healer, they just put vision in there, so it's clear that they're about to come for this. But they're actually... Oh, wait. They're actually going for the weapon power buff. That's what it was. Okay. I was thinking they're going to go for the healer. That's why I was sitting inside that bush. But they actually went for the weapon power buff. But I'm actually able to force a good amount. And I didn't realize what the Celeste was pinging for. I didn't see the Celestial. Or else I would have tried to like get the Enwall Limb into it. That was definitely my bad. I should have realized what that meant. See, I know that this Kestrel just recalled, so I'm just trying to shove this in right now. But yeah, even if you're on the back foot, like once you reach this power spike, you're so much stronger. Like, as long as you're not, like, thousands of gold, or, like, yeah, thousands of gold behind, you will be fine when trading. You just gotta really play around your burst. So, yeah, I actually go for a relatively early block, because, again, this Kestrel trap and also the glaive, I was kind of worried about. I didn't want to get afterburned by the glaive. But, like, the glaive hadn't rotated, like, the entire time. So over here, Kestrel had actually burned boots earlier. Yeah, I thought Kestrel was going to try and escape, but they just went for the kill instead of Baptiste, and they actually got really close to that. Kestrel had burned boots earlier when inside of their jungle when I was camping him at the healer. So over here, I can actually get some decent turret damage. I do not believe I finished the turret because it is relatively hard to take turrets as a utility hero, but you can definitely get some damage. Over here, I'm like looking for rotation to mid, like I'm debating whether I should, and I do end up deciding to, just because I see Reza there. And I'm like, this Reza is worth a lot of gold. If I could do something here, I can definitely turn this around. So over here, I was able to get the Reza. Pretty much able to force him off of mid, so that was good, because that was a good bounty. It would have been better if our laner would have been able to get the gold, but that's alright. At least, they should have gotten assist gold, at least, for it. Over here, this Kestrel makes a decision to just go for the turret, and pretty much just give up their life for it, but over here, I actually could use somebody to help rotate, since I don't have consistent damage with this lance. Like, I'm much more burst-oriented. So like after I use my Stormcrown proc, I can barely do anything. And I see Glaives coming up too, so like I was hoping Baptiste would come. And I know Glaives behind me. So like I'm kinda just trying to get this kill if I can. Yeah, I was able to get it, but that was kinda close. Like the Baptiste should have came earlier instead of getting his backs. And over here, I'm able to just last hit this because I got my Stormcrown proc. Yeah, overall, that's a pretty good choice by Kestrel, because the Kestrel wasn't worth any bounty or anything. And that's like 300 extra gold from getting the turret. And it frees him up to rotate and stuff, so it wasn't that bad a trade for him. A lot of bot laners make that trade. Yeah, now I think I have enough for my pulse wave, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, I should have enough. Okay, I saw my book, yep. So now I'm just going to go for utility, rest away pretty much. And I was about to rotate, but this Kestrel was still pushing top lane. And the last thing I wanted to do was allow this Kestrel to just split push. So I just come back, and they used their ults at a horrible time, like right as I showed up. Now, they're scared to pop my pulse wave. That's why they're not attacking me, because they know if they pop my pulse wave, then I can easily just stick onto them, but it really doesn't matter. There's nothing they could do. Because the one thing that really gets on my nerves is when like other teams, when they win just by split pushing, like not even because they're better, but just because they can push a lane. Because when people really ignore that stuff, it can come back to bite you. Especially with like a Kestrel and Lyra, they could backdoor super easily if they wanted. If they're able to push down like 2 more turrets in this top lane, they can easily backdoor. So like, I didn't want to risk any of that stuff. Because our team comp is 100% better in late game team fights, so like, I'd rather just try and survive till then and get items. Because like, late game Glaive, Reza will fall off. Once we get some defense for the Kestrel, it'll be better. And once our Ringo starts to get items too, that's good. So like over here, I'm just kind of just doing something I don't even know. I'm kind of just screwing around. There really isn't too much to do right now. We're kind of just farming up. Yeah, we're not really going for this fight because the rest of our team isn't here. We need to wait for our carries. They're rotating on him, so like, I'm like, we can collapse on him because Ringo's right behind us. And Ringo had recalled, so that was bad. I really didn't realize that over here. But that was a great fear. I got a really good Githian wall. Yeah, we're still able to get the kill. I don't even know how we did that, but somehow we did. And this dragon almost killed me. Yeah, I was thinking Ringo was right behind me, so he could have like rotated. But he'd recall to shop for something. I think it was a bone saw I saw. That was actually a really, really risky place to recall now that I look at the replay, because there's vision inside of that bush and they have a Kestrel. And if the Kestrel had their snipe up, that could have been bad. So that was pretty careless. Like if they would have sniped me in that bush, I probably would have died. But over here, I'm full health. I got my pulse wave. I wasn't sure which one to go for. I think we could have actually gotten the Kestrel if we would have committed to that, but Because my pulse wave slow would have slowed him down like all the way, but they wanted to back off, so that's fine. So here, I'm the most fed, and that's not necessarily a good thing because I'm like utility. There's only so much that I can do with gold. It would be much better if our Celeste or our Ringo would have had all the gold. It didn't exactly work out too well. Yeah, over here they're just like destroying bot lane really. So we're like, I'm debating if whether I need to go to bot lane because there's 4 of them down there. So this is looking pretty good actually. I thought that the Reza was about to like full on dive that Lorelei. That was why I went for that. I thought he was going to use his B ability inwards. So over there I was not able to stop the recall, but I can actually like, my team should be following up right now because my pulse wave slow is about to like slow him down all the way. Like look at that slow. That's just a free impel. And we could just clean this up. Now the Reza is a bit harder to chase down because he has dashes. But our Celeste does a fantastic job at chaining stuns. And I kind of butchered that, but it doesn't matter because I got my Stormcrown proc. That does good damage. So here I still got my Crucible if I need to use it. So that was a really good sidestep by Glaive there. I really did not expect that. And then Kestrel showed up too. It's like they're like all down here. They've been in bot lane like all match. Like everyone has been in bot lane. It's kind of just been me and Kestrel chilling up in top lane. Then everybody else is just all ganging up on bot lane. Which kind of sucks for Ringo because Ringo's early game is a bit weak. That was a really good stun by Lorelei too. That might have actually saved me. It's like over here, we easily, if I had a teammate with me here, like somebody that dealt damage, we could have easily turned on that, but our Ringo is forming up top lane, which is fine, since he really needs his Tyrant's monocles. Once Ringo gets monocles, Ringo can output damage like crazy. But yeah, we're kind of just looking around, I guess. So here they engage onto our Ringo. And at least we're able to save Ringo. We weren't able to kill the Reza. That was really unfortunate timing. He ulted right when I used my B ability. And I kind of butchered an impel. I thought he was going to try and go beneath the turret. And he tries to turn on it, but we still had plenty of stuff up. So that was a bad decision. If he would have just dashed out, he could have lived probably. So here I finally get my Crucible back up. I'm not really able to chase anymore. So we kind of just start kiting backwards now. If they kept on chasing, we could have turned on them, because I could have just turned him with an impale and then we could have like chain CC'd. Because our comp is actually really solid with all the stuns and stuff. Like me and Baptiste can both combo really well. And then Celeste and Lorelei can follow up. So over here Ringo's just getting farmed, so is Celeste. And their Kestrel actually got relatively fed this match. Even though we killed them a few times early, they were still able to get a lot of gold. So yeah, I'm over here, like I was thinking we should have all rotated, but Kestrel backed off by now. They realized that they're kind of overextended. So yeah, it didn't really matter at this point. So here, I'm just clearing some minions. Now, Reza's in bot lane, so like I'm like, we should team fight before Reza gets here. It's like I really think Baptiste should have engaged. Because with an Ordain we could have started a nice fight. So like Ringo wants to back off though. He wanted to go to bot lane and get his farm. So we just decided not to, but I would have honestly liked an engage there. Because either way, Reza's not even a good split, or let me rephrase that. CP Reza is not a good split pusher. Weapon Power Reza is such a good split pusher. Like, it's one of my favorite heroes to just split push on, but CP Reza has a much worse clear and it's much harder to split push with. So here, now we're looking to engage. I wasn't really in position or expecting that, so we kind of just wasted a few stuff, and I kind of just rushed an impale because our team was trying to hard engage. And yeah, now we're all grouping up against a Samuel. Just kind of whack. No, they portaled right onto us. I don't think that was the move. We got kind of worried there. We used a bunch of stuff. And now they're in this choke spot that they don't want to be in. Over here, we could just clean up now. That was... They definitely overextended there. They shouldn't have portal onto us like that. Because we have so much peel. Like, me and Baptiste, like... We can easily kite back for our carries. And then we still have Lorelei ult and a lot of stuff up. So they kind of rushed that. And also their entire team didn't follow up. Like, Lyra went through by themselves. And then, like, nobody followed them for a bit. So over here, I didn't even realize Glaive was here. But we were able to just chain CC him a bunch. And yeah, they actually get away. Because Glaive is pretty tanky and none of us really have damage. So like, yeah, at this point I'm like thinking, like, look at top lane. Top lane's hard pushing against their turret. So I'm like, we should do this. And I was thinking Ringo and Celeste start heading over. But we actually try and go for the CP buff. And I'm like, I'm honestly down to fight because look, Reza and Kestrel are both in top lane. Like, this is a great fight. And I see Ringo's rotating over. Now, the Reza and them are on their way, but they're still pretty far away. Now, I'm kind of just on this Samuel. I'm kind of just annoying him. Like, he's been focusing me the entire time. I've just kind of just been annoying him. And that was a really, really well-placed Celestial. That just, like, deleted the Samuel. So that was pretty good. Lyra butched the portal. So now we go for the dragon. So that worked out. Anyways, we're able to... That was a really good fight to start. We made him burn a bunch of stuff relatively early. And we were able to start that when Kestrel and Reza were still away. And then by the time they got here, like, the entire team was just, like, scattered around for their part. Like, I had Samuel backed all the way up, and I was just, like, chain CCing him a bunch. And then Glaive, like, was by himself, and he couldn't really do much. And then really, when you're playing Reza, like, engaging by yourself is really hard. Like, if you have a teammate with you, like, if Glaive and Reza would have gone in together, it might have been better, but we still had Lorelei ult, and Baptiste is a fantastic counter to Reza. So that's kind of annoying for them, too. Okay, I'm gonna let you all just watch what happens over here. This was a bit of a yikes. But this is looking like a really good engage right now, since they're kind of, like, pinned up against their turret. I was thinking, like, they burn a bunch of stuff over here, so... I knew there was a Kestrel trap there and stuff. So I ran in, I pressed my Crucible and boots, and I was thinking I could force them to back off and just waste a bunch of stuff, or I could see if I can get a good Githian wall. So I ran in there, I pressed Crucible, nothing happened, I got stunned, and then I'm like, what's happening? And then I started jamming my Crucible, and I realized it's on cooldown. And that's why the timer thing pinged up, because I started just pressing it so many times, and I didn't realize it was on cooldown. But our team was actually able to turn that around decently, at least. They were able to make a good trade. So here, yeah, the Kestrel's still really fed, but look at this, even though they aren't necessarily winning the fight, look at their side lanes. Like, they're being pushed in really, really badly. So even though our team wasn't even exactly able to win that, we're at least able to stall them for a decent amount. So we were able to get like an extra turret or two off of that. Yeah, we got the bot lane turret off of the minions, so that was fine. Sadly, I gave up my bounty, though. That was a mistake on my part. I don't even know what I was doing. I didn't even see the cooldown on my Crucible. I just assumed it was up for some reason. But yeah, that was definitely a misplay. Because I ran in there, got stunned by the Celeste, or by the Kestrel trap, and I was like, wait, what? I thought I pressed Crucible. And I started pressing it again, and again, and again. And I'm like, oh, it's not even up. But over here, this wave is in a pretty weird spot. I'm just trying to set up a slow push here, actually, because I want this wave to be pushing upwards again. And it's in a weird spot because it's right in the middle. So I'm just... To set up a slow push, you pretty much just want to kill the weak minions. Or the small minions, since those do the most damage, really. So I'm trying to leave the tanky minions alive while killing the small ones. And then I was hoping that it could slow push, but it was in a really, really weird spot here. So I kind of screwed that up. We're kind of just popping pulse waves. Yeah, their entire team's around here, so I'm not going for anything. Yeah, Ringo just infused. He's farming up bot lane. And they actually portal onto me, which was a surprise because you normally don't want to portal onto a lance. And also that's a bad place to portal, honestly. Like, they didn't portal right on the Celeste, and we're right up against our turret. This is an awful spot. Like, how's a Glaive gonna, or a Reza gonna dive us underneath turret? Like, you don't want to be engaging like that. Unlike last time when the portal into that choke spot, that was fantastic for me. So over here, our Lorelei was able to land a fantastic stun. And I was able to just chain a root with it. Because right after a stun ended, if they're stunned, then they can't exactly block anything. I thought the Samuel was going to try and kite out to the lane. so that's why I threw that impale. Pulse Wave just slows the Slifer down like all the way, and we're able to clean up here. So now we could just do Ghost Wing. And yeah, that top lane is pushing, but Ringo just wants to farm to get gold, so that's fine. But yeah, Lorelei landed the stun, and when they're stunned, of course, they aren't moving or anything, so that's like a free impale, so that's why I impaled right away. And then I just ran in there and used Crucible, since I knew Kestrel wasn't going invisible right away. And I really wanted to engage onto Kestrel, since that was the most damage on their team. Like, if we can take out the Kestrel, the Reza is becoming less and less of a problem as this match goes on, so it's definitely getting better for that. So now the Kestrel is the main threat, so that's why I kind of just hard engaged onto that. Just use Crucible, run in there, try and push him towards our team. Since if our Ringo can get onto the Kestrel, Ringo can definitely, like, delete the Kestrel. But we just gotta make sure that the Ringo doesn't take arrows from the Kestrel, or else they're just gonna get deleted. So here, I really want to take this dragon, because I'm like, look at our top wave still. And also, we just got a kill, like, we definitely should have, but our team is, like, not coming. Every bot laner does this. I swear, every bot laner. They always pick their weapon power buff over everything. It's not even just one specific bot laner, it's every bot laner. It's like over here, we kind of just dropped the dragon. He's kind of just going in hard. And now this is a kind of weird spot, like, we're all just, like, really split. This glaive is on this side. We're debating whether we should chase him or not. I decide to, he just afterburns away. Or at least I'm pretty sure he probably just afterburned away. Oh no, he was still here. Okay. He's trying to afterburn over this wall. But we got the chain stun onto him, so he couldn't. And our team was able to just clean up. So yeah, I still have everything up. I didn't even use anything that fight. I could have blocked the Samuel sleep if I wanted, but over here I see this Kestrel, and I'm like, let's just go for it. I didn't realize that our Celeste was about to get deleted, or else I probably could have tried to go for that earlier. The main reason why I got an Atlas actually was kind of for the glaive, but the glaive isn't really an issue, so now we go for the dragon. I really would have wanted to get the dragon earlier, because the time before we started that fight, like, I mean, it ended up working out anyways, but we were past 25 minutes, and after 25 minutes is when the Black Cloud becomes enraged, and it just melts through turrets and stuff, so that was why I really wanted it back then, but it ended up working out anyways, so it's fine. So we're able to get this, and honestly, this was probably, like, a worse Black Claw than what we could have gotten earlier, because now we don't have our Celeste for this push, which kind of sucks. But still, it's a 28-minute Black Claw, so it's going to be super tanky, and we can at least burn through a decent amount of stuff. Now I'm looking for another Githian Wall or an Impale. They actually engage onto us. We don't have any damage with us, so, like, I don't even, we were kind of just chilling back here. Their Samuel Axlane takes the portal, so that kind of screwed that up. And our Celeste had another fantastic ult. So over here, now we can easily just end. Like, we're able to delete the Kestrel. Kestrel, like, you really gotta use your Crucible if you're gonna engage like that onto a Kestrel, or else you're just gonna get stunned up by the traps. So that's why that's really important. So over here now, we're kind of just ending and stuff, so yep, that's gonna be about it for this video. That's gonna be it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not. Share with your friends. And I'll definitely be getting more videos out, because now I got nothing to do all day. So these are the builds. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and comment anything down below. And see y'all next time.